You're with me, no matter what it is, just keep on fighting. Life changes quickly, and maybe in 2 months' time you have your best local tournament ever. You with me, Pipi? Huh? Side? You've been too quiet. You agree, Abby? You've been too quiet the last 2 weeks. Have you? Yeah, come on. Come out of your shell. Be who you want to be. Okay. Are we in? With me? Are we in? Are we in? Okay, boys, this way.
The Pepsi IPL.
Get ready to party!
A much-needed boundary.
Take three.
The mission is to get this pulley mounted.
The pressure is rising. Pick out the lenses. Show yourself.
And in 3, 2, 1 and music, please.
Two captains are here. Javagal Srinath. Up the coin goes.
Goal for the Mumbai Indians.
Scored again, another one, is it? Yes, it's smoked it over cover.
The Indian Premier League, one of the most widely watched cricket leagues in the world. Eight weeks of non-stop action, on and off the field. Eleven teams have featured in the IPL since it began in 2008.
Chennai Super Kings have won the toss, right, and they'll be up against defending champions of Kolkata Knight Riders. Both teams are strong.
In 6 short years, the IPL has already become one of India's most eagerly awaited annual events.
I've covered games around the world, done some of the biggest games, but when you get out for the IPL, you feel that this is something different. Just from the atmosphere around the ground, the quality of the crowd. It's a kind of mix that you don't see in any other cricket match.
When the league arrives, regional battle lines are drawn. Competition is fierce and loyalties intense.
It is from your dadi, your nani, everybody is involved. Meaning either supporting a team, or saying there's a Mumbai Indians, or saying there's Rajasthan, or saying there's a Calcutta team. Actually brought about not necessarily a divide, but a focus in terms of support.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time again. It's the IPL player auctions.
Every year, a star-studded player auction sets the stage for the season proper, and 2013 is no different.
The Royals now at $150,000 against the Challengers now at $150,000. $625,000.
The IPL auction is quite possibly unique in world sport, and team strengths and strategies are on vivid display during the proceedings. No team is allowed to spend more than a total of $12.5 million on its entire squad. This ensures that no single team or region can snap up all the marquee players.
Sold to the Mumbai Indians.
From an auction standpoint, it ensures there is a level playing field. Irrespective of how big or how strong your finances are or how good your funding is, you still have the same amount of dollars as the other guy sitting next to you, holding the rights for another team. That ensured, again, a level playing field. So you had an equal opportunity to pick a player, and you had an even salary cap, which allowed you to figure out which players were more priority to you for your scheme of things to be able to build a stronger side.
The rules of team composition are significant. An IPL team is allowed to have 33 players in its squad, with a maximum of 11 overseas cricketers. No more than 4 foreign players can play in any given match. Uncapped Indian players who haven't yet represented the country in any form of cricket may not be eligible for the auction but can be signed individually by each team. Every IPL team has a mix of old pros and rookies, but their selection strategies may differ. Some teams build their squads around star cricketers, while others use the Moneyball strategy of statistics and analysis to select players. The Royal Challengers Bangalore are one of the more popular teams in the league and have reached the finals of the tournament twice. Owned by one of the country's most flamboyant businessmen, Vijay Mallya, the RCB team has some of the biggest names in world cricket, along with talented newcomers.
Mid-wicket round. Catch it! Oh, it's over good off.
RCB, on paper, have been a fabulous team. But they've just not clicked at the right time. But they are a team that can beat any team on a given day.
RCB are captained by Virat Kohli, a fiery batsman who's also the youngest captain in the league.
Well, it feels wonderful, honestly. I take it as an honor. I respect each and every one of them off the field. On the field, I have to take a few harsh decisions, but that's pretty much professional sportsmanship. They all understand the part of cricket, and as far as the team is concerned, there's a good, calm energy in the team. Really honored to be captaining all these greats of the game.
Younger players training side by side with international stars just can't get enough of the atmosphere.
It's a wonderful feeling to just walk into the dressing room. For the first couple of days, I was just starstruck looking at AB de Villiers sitting right next to me. There's Chris, there's Virat. It's wonderful, and just to be there and just to see what they do and see how they prepare and how they go about things and how they go about the cricket.
See the next IPL, we're going to do the opening. West Indian.
As is the case with the other IPL teams, the RCB dressing room has a mix of established stars and eager newcomers.
You've seen young and upcoming talent. You take guys like Mohit Sharma, or guys like Amit Mishra, or Jasprit Bumrah, or Dale Steyn at his very best, bowling against AB de Villiers, who plays innovative shots. They are transforming the game one ball at a time. And that is a learning process that all our youngsters or the young stars who are getting into the side are getting. They're getting an induction into what is going to be the big league of cricket.
The chance to play on the same team as respected international rivals doesn't just excite the young players, it excites some of the big cricketing names as well.
One of the biggest things that the IPL has given me really is this opportunity to actually get to know people from other countries, people I've sort of played against in international cricket and wondered, what is he like? What's this guy like? And to get a chance to share with the dressing room with some of them and interact and get to know them at a personal level as well has been one of the high points for me, and I think it is one of the high points of the IPL. And it does, I think you definitely find there's a lot more friendships around world cricket than there were in the past.
Once you get these sort of opportunity, we kind of grasp it with both hands and enjoy the moment with these guys. So it's really good for the game and the game of cricket.
Since IPL teams are such a rich mix of ages, cultures and countries meeting for a short time, strong leadership is essential to mold the squad into a cohesive unit. The Royal Challengers Bangalore are coached by Ray Jennings, a former South African cricketer who's known for his tough love approach. One of his country's leading wicketkeepers, primarily during its years in sporting isolation, Jennings also briefly coached the South African national team. At RCB, Jennings makes sure that the younger players under his watch get all the attention they need from him.
Okay, not finished yet. No, not finished. Carry on, guy.
Each one of us has got to understand you're here because we think you could play, and hopefully if you get better, learn from this experience, next year you're getting better. You're with me, no matter what it is, just keep on fighting. Saad, you've been too quiet. You agree, Abhi? You've been too quiet last 2 weeks. Have you? Yeah, come on, come out of your shell. Be who you want to be. Okay, Arun, with me. Are we in? Are we in? Okay, boys, this way.
Jennings has a strong working relationship with Virat Kohli, the RCB captain. For Virat, Jennings has been a personal mentor in more ways than one.
You have a long netter. Huh? You have a long netter.
Yeah, good. Like this. Good hit.
You hit some balls. You know how many balls you lost tonight? Don't look there. Chris Gale smashed a few over there too.
Well, it's been a wonderful journey with Ray. He's a hard taskmaster and always been hard on me initially when I was playing for RCB and always pushing me to the limit and kept telling me I need to improve my game, I need to be more disciplined and stuff like that. I didn't listen to him initially, but those things turned out to be really important for me later on, and I started realizing the importance of the things he was saying to me, and just been a wonderful relationship working with him, and he's probably pushed every guy in the team to get better every day.
Despite his hard-as-nails reputation, Jennings is a very approachable coach. At the end of practice, bowler Vinay Kumar walks up to have a word with him.
Seven.
The match. Discuss that.
Where?
I bowled 8th over. Where the match almost gone.
I tell you what.
15 games. One game I bowled second over. Other only 5.
Because if Ravi plays and Zach plays, how do you see the bowling order?
So when Ravi was not there, still. When Zach was not there, still I was bowling end. I'll just tell him.
I'll tell you what. Tomorrow you and me will have a chat with him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a chat with him tomorrow.
That's yours. Hey, if you're here, boy. You're there. There's your mushrooms.
The next day, over breakfast, the Royal Challengers Bangalore think tank planned for their last league game of the season. A must-win clash with the Chennai Super Kings. Also at the meeting is Venkatesh Prasad, a former bowler for the Indian team and RCB's current assistant coach. Jennings brings up the subject of Vinay Kumar's bowling position with Prasad.
You need to have a plan. If Vinny wants to bowl with a new ball and make an impact, then we've got to try to fit him in. So what is the ideal plan going into the game? I know it's going to change. So what do you think? 1, Zach 1, 3 and 5.
Tell me, what would Chennai Super Kings expect? Who would they expect the number one first over to be bowled by? Huh? They will expect Rampur. Then bring in Zach. That's what I'm saying.
Though Vinay's case has been given a fair hearing, the team's interest must come first. So on match day, Vinay Kumar is given the ball by his captain only in the 4th over.
Almost straight away.
Coming up, one of the IPL's most popular teams comes face to face with a crisis. IPL players need to do everything to stay fit for a demanding 2-month tournament that involves constant travel and frequent matches. High fitness levels build endurance and stamina, but the wear and tear from on-field injuries and the constant stresses on players' bodies mean that a team physiotherapist is essential.
The game of cricket is such that you are going to get hit with a ball. The most important thing is when we get here is we pre-screen them, we see where they potentially can pick up injuries and correct those as soon as possible so that they don't get injuries.
The RCB squad has 33 players in it, so the physio is always busy. Today, the head coach has decided to give him a helping hand.
I can also do it. It's not difficult to do his job. See?
It's a lot easier to be a coach though.
Som massage job.
Fitness is critical for professional cricketers. April and May, the traditional IPL season, is peak summer in India and temperatures regularly exceed 40 degrees Celsius. Some venues have the added unpleasantness of high humidity as well. Big hits, wickets and catches in this kind of weather demand a supreme level of fitness. Having a full-fledged team of fitness professionals on board is essential. One such is former National Cricket Academy trainer Shankar Basu.
T20 is all about speed, agility and power. And without a gym culture, there is no way in the world you're going to succeed. IPL is definitely serious stuff. I mean, all this thought of IPL players are just enjoying life is all crap. I mean, the amount of preparation they do before a match, the pressure and the amount of work they do in the gym, on the field, the amount of stretches and cool recovery and all the stuff is just amazing. I mean, it's just like clockwork and everybody is a professional athlete now. And if you're not going to be a professional, you'll see your way out of the team sooner or later.
Along with the fitness specialists, IPL teams also have specialist coaches, experts who are brought in to help hone specific cricket skills.
National players, whether they're 25 or 35 or 40, they know what intensity is required. So a lot of my work revolves around the younger state players from India who haven't played in the international cricket yet. So I just make sure that the practice is at a match intensity. And I'm just topping up the international player. Key for me is to try and keep an even keel. So not put the players under pressure if you've lost matches by overemphasizing the great wins. So try and keep them on the even keel as much as possible.
The Rajasthan Royals are a team that has seen great highs and lows through their IPL journey. Despite having few stars in their ranks, the Royals confounded all expectations by winning the IPL in its first ever season.
We've always been a team that has punched above our weight. There's been some romance about the way our cricketers have gone about playing their cricket. We win some, lose some, but the fans that we have are the die-hard fans. So they laugh with us when we win, they cry with us when we cry. But that is the kind of team loyalty that we have built up.
For an IPL team to truly gel, its coach and captain must be on the same wavelength. That seems to be no problem at all for the Rajasthan Royals. They are captained by Rahul Dravid, while their head coach is Paddy Upton. Dravid is a cricketer renowned the world over not just for his batting skill, but also for his integrity and leadership. The Royals' head coach Paddy Upton is a South African mental conditioning expert whose coaching style breaks away from the norm. Paddy worked extensively with the Indian team when Rahul Dravid was still playing for the country, so it was only natural that Dravid thought of him when the Royals needed a coach.
Like 5 months before this IPL, Rahul Dravid phoned me and he said, listen, are you interested and available to come and work with me with the Rajasthan Royals? And I was incredibly excited about the opportunity. Maybe not so much one of the higher profile teams, but a team that's really set up well and a wonderful opportunity just to get on with doing some interesting and exciting cricket coaching.
Our belief has always been that we needed to create an environment around the team that allowed a lot of our players to be able to perform at their potential. And it's something that I noticed that Paddy is pretty good at, and especially what he'd done with work with India. So I was very keen to sort of bring him on board here.
In his very first season as the Royals coach, Paddy has made an impact with an out-of-the-box approach on and off the field. Coming up, the Royals look to their coach and captain for inspiration. With a few indifferent IPL seasons behind them, the Rajasthan Royals need a new vision to take them forward. Their captain Rahul Dravid and their new coach Paddy Upton might just be the ones to provide it.
You'll see coaches whose approach often is to challenge people and say, listen, you don't get 200s, and you almost said, right, you want me to get 200s? That's one style of coaching. But I think people like Upton are very good at understanding what kind of approach to have with people. And they're almost understated. They're not the in-your-face coaches, because players don't like in-your-face coaches, because players don't like the coaches who take the glory. And when a cricketer sees somebody who's not trying to hog the glory and who's trying to work his backside off in trying to make you better, that is where the respect comes in.
Paddy's unconventional thinking extends to team meetings as well, with ideas like swapping conference rooms for the swimming pool here at the Jaipur Marriott. A day after the home game against the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the Royals take stock of their performance.
Any other observations from the bowling fielding?
I just think that when somebody starts going like they did both Sammy and Mishra start going, and it can happen sometimes on wickets like that. Sometimes what the expectation is that someone is going to, when they 5 down, someone's going to start building an innings and take their time and then try and go drag the game towards the end. So I thought they caught us by surprise. I guess that's the way they naturally play though. They are those kind of players, both Sami and Mishra, and I thought we were a little slow to react to that in that 4-over period.
Again, we didn't debrief the previous game against Chennai, but again there were some similarities. Maybe just one or two freebies bowling, and 1 or 2 times bowling into guys' strengths, into their areas. As we move forward in the tournament, we just want to be bowling less and less balls in the areas of the batsman's strength.
We keep trying to change the way we do our meetings, the way we structure them, so it's not the same pattern every time people come in and, yeah, here we go again. This is how it's going to be. He's going to speak first. He's going to speak second. One of the things that we did really well was to get people to different people to talk and analyze games and discuss games, open up the floor to a lot more people. People are shy initially, players, especially young Indian players, but once you give them the platform, you realize that actually they have a lot to say and a lot to contribute.
Just to brainstorm, to come up with ideas, we will commit to look to implementing within reason the ideas that are likely going to work.
At this brainstorming session, Rahul Dravid has a point to make about the best way for the team's bowlers to maximize practice time.
Bowlers have to also just recognize that 50% of their performance on the field is actually going to be with the old ball. Even if you're bowling, you only bowl only 2 overs with the new one, and you actually bowl 2 in the death or 2 in the middle is with an older ball. So it's logical, at least from my perspective, that you spend 50% of your time actually practicing what you're actually going to execute in the middle.
Okay.
I think Paddy Upton and Rahul Dravid, great combination. At the Rajasthan Royals, he was working with Rahul Dravid, who's a very erudite, very tough, but very old-fashioned cricket lover. And someone who believes in holistic learning. Because you talk to Rahul Dravid, you talk to Paddy Upton, and you can tell that these two are going to work well together.
Paddy is also known for his inclusive and democratic approach. This gives the Royals squad members the confidence that their inputs are valued.
Players from so many different countries and so many different cultures and so many different languages, and Indians, and they have very unique cultural ways that is very different to Australia and very different to England. The more inputs we get, the richer the learning environment we can create. We know the team will benefit, and we also know the individuals will benefit, and everyone does have a valuable contribution. And an environment where you're not inviting contribution even from junior players, you're robbing that team and that environment from very valuable learning experiences and opportunities.
In his very first season as RR coach, Paddy Upton is confronted with a highly unwelcome challenge.
हैरान करने वाला सच ये है कि मुंबई के जिस ट्राइडेंट होटल से अजीत चंदीला और अंकित चौहान
Just 10 days before the season final, 3 Rajasthan Royal players are arrested by the Delhi police for alleged involvement in a spot-fixing scandal. Spot-fixing implies deliberate underperformance by a player for money, leading to a specific part of the game being fixed.
I'm shocked, disappointed and distressed by the events that have resulted in the arrests last night and this morning. Rajasthan Royals is a special team and we have always operated like a family. So this is devastating. And I know that the BCCI and the Rajasthan Royals and we in the team take the same zero tolerance view of the situation.
Mid-wicket is vacant. Rahul Dravid knew it. He got a slow...
Galvanized by their skipper's resolve, the Royals rally and move forward with a new focus in the tournament. Their captain's integrity and their coach's innovative thinking are godsends.
6 meters behind the circle made it look very easy. Third wicket for Umesh Yadav. It's 161 for 4.
Coming up, a new dawn for Hyderabad's IPL team. The Sunrisers Hyderabad are a team that know the value of team spirit and close-knit relationships. Much like the Rajasthan Royals, the Sunrisers also have a squad comprised of players chosen with careful analysis of their skills and USPs. The newest team of the IPL is captained by Sri Lanka's Kumar Sangakkara and coached by former Australian all-rounder Tom Moody. A member of Australia's World Cup winning sides in 1987 and 99, Moody has coached the Sri Lankan team for 2 years. At Sunrisers Hyderabad, his job is to get the most out of the tournament's youngest team.
We're pretty pleased with the position we're in. Going into the tournament, a lot of teams were sort of seen as stronger contenders than us. We're very aware we've got a lot more work to do as a team. And, our theme is, constant development, constant improvement throughout the tournament.
Apart from head coach Moody, the Sunrisers also have a number of legendary cricketers on hand to call upon.
Yeah, we got great legends in our team. Tom Moody, our coach, Bukar Yunis is the bowling coach, then Krish Khan sir, and VVS Lakshman, all the great legends in our team. And, he's like Tom Moody is a great coach, the way he keeps the boys in their own zone and make them feel comfortable.
The team's bowling coach is Pakistani fast bowling legend and reverse swing pioneer Bukar Yunis. With nearly 800 wickets in international cricket, Bukar's value to the SRH is huge. He's been roped in as a consultant for the 2013 season and lauds the team's culture of equality.
I believe this team is special for me because they've got something going about them. I mean, they all well gel together and they're hungry. They want to do well. There is no senior, there is no junior. So this makes a team gel together and they are very special.
And even the experienced cricketers benefit from the team's culture of sharing.
IPL एक बहुत बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है किसी भी प्लेयर के लिए. लाइक जिस तरह से मैं इंडियन टीम से इंडियन आउट रहता हूँ तो सबकी नज़र मेरे पे रहती है कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, कैसी बॉल डाल रहा हूँ, कैसी बैटिंग कर रहा हूँ, कैसा प्रिपरेशन है मेरा. काफ़ी प्रेशर भी है और यहाँ पे ये भी कहूँगा कि आप काफ़ी सीखने को भी मिलता है. यहाँ पे इतने बड़े बड़े बिहार के प्लेयर हैं, उनसे आप बात करते हो, काफ़ी चीज़ें बताते हैं आपको और बैटिंग के बारे में, बॉलिंग के बारे में, इवन मैं ये भी कह सकता हूँ फील्डिंग के बारे में भी मुझे काफ़ी हेल्प हो रहा है यहाँ पे.
The Indian Premier League's hectic schedule means that even fun activities are actually planned. After 11 intense 20-over matches and 30-odd days, the Sunrisers Hyderabad badly need a break. So head coach Tom Moody has decided to take the team to a nearby resort for some relaxation. But don't be fooled, this day is not just about relaxation.
some indoor sports, and we're going to break you up into pairs, okay? And the winner of the overall day is tomorrow night at the fines meeting going to receive an award of what it works out is $500 a head to participate. The pair get the total prize, okay?
First name is Star PP. Up you come, PP, please. Behani! Hey! Moving right along. Number 4, Rick. Next one, Ravi Teja.
With the players divided into pairs, it's time for a game of table tennis. Pro athletes are winning in their blood, so even informal contests like this have an intense competitive edge.
These boys are competitive when they're playing cricket, table tennis, pool, doesn't matter. Very competitive.
Time away from the game is evidently refreshing, and although all these activities may seem like light entertainment, they work at many levels, both rejuvenating and bonding the team as a unit.
Simple team building exercises, but also lots of fun for everyone to get away from the game as well, get to know each other a bit better. You know, we've had that luxury of having a really close unit right from the start, and this is just to try and build and improve on.
When the Sunrisers were formed in late 2012, not many gave them half a chance, but a spirited showing in their first ever IPL season proved all the doubters wrong.
Sunrisers, surprised a few people, because being a team that was playing its first IPL, they didn't have too many choices as far as players went. But the limitations they had, I thought they did an outstanding job. They looked a unit, they looked a well-organized unit from the outside, and that always helps.
The Sunrisers have seen their stock rise greatly since their IPL debut. With the team not even a year into its existence, the road ahead looks good. Coming up, the fancy Delhi Daredevils cope with their toughest season yet. India's capital, New Delhi, home to the Delhi Daredevils. The Daredevils have made it to the IPL playoffs on 3 occasions, in 2008, 2009 and 2012. But despite the presence of star players like Virender Sehwag, Mahela Jayawardene and Irfan Pathan, they haven't been able to get it together in 2013.
Now, Delhi Daredevils are a wealth of talent on paper. But, that's not going to make you win. You've got to play as a unit, you've got to be consistent, and they've not been consistent enough.
With 6 consecutive losses from their first 6 games, the Daredevils have struggled in IPL 2013. But despite the setbacks, the team puts up a united front.
There is no doubt that we're a very talented bunch of guys and very talented bunch of players. Bowlers are doing their part and trying to do their bits from their side for the team to win the matches, even in the losing cause as well. But I really think when the team loses, it's not a single batsman's fault or it's a bowler's fault. It's everyone together.
In the 2013 season, the Daredevils have been weakened by the absence of 2 stars, Englishman Kevin Peterson and New Zealand all-rounder Jesse Ryder. The twin loss has left the team's middle order weakened, making things tougher for the head coach Eric Simons. A well-regarded bowling all-rounder in his day, Simons needs to inspire an underachieving team to greatness.
It's a short tournament, it comes really quickly. You don't have much time between matches to regroup and rethink and I think the important thing always is to keep the guys focused, keep them positive, keep them together, because often what happens is it blows teams apart when they lose a number of games in a row. So one of the first focuses was to make sure we stay together. You don't start the blame game. You look for solutions without blaming.
But sometimes the elusive spark of inspiration has to come from outside. Looking for some fresh ideas, the Delhi Daredevils turned to a cricket legend. In the year 2000, Sir Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards was voted one of the 5 cricketers of the century by a 100-member panel of experts. In his day, Richards was known for his explosive batting and his never-say-die spirit. And that's why the Delhi Daredevils management has brought him in to inspire the squad.
I'm sure that this situation would not have been there, like losing 6 games in a row. But if you would have been playing at that time and if you would have lost 6 games as a team and as a player, what you would have done?
Teams try a little too hard. The tenseness comes into play. I guess it happens, you know, and all of a sudden you're not that quite sure about yourself. So you're gonna need your leaders in your team, man. Your leaders, you know. And my father, who was an old cricketer himself, always left me with a little statement, a line. He always said, "He who knows the way leads the way. Go all the way."
Just a day later, Delhi Daredevil star Virender Sehwag hits a brutal 95 of 57 balls and blows the Mumbai attack away. The timing doesn't seem to be a coincidence.
Sehwag is 91, he can't get 100, but he can finish it off in style. Everyone's running in, the bowler's running in too. And it didn't matter, because Sehwag has just stomped him over mid-wicket to complete a sensational win for the Delhi Daredevils.
कहते हैं जब वीरेंद्र सहवाग बल्लेबाजी करते हैं तो सही और गलत डिसीजन उनके हाथ में नहीं होता, तुम्हारे हाथ में होता है।
अगर मैं अच्छी बल्लेबाजी कर रहा हूं तो मैं कोशिश करता हूं कि गेम को कंट्रोल करूं और ब्लफ भी करूं, जो कि आज विव रिचर्ड ने हमको बताया कि ब्लफ कैसे कर सकते हैं।
क्या कहा उन्होंने?
आई थिंक कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि बैट्समैन अंदर से डरा होता है, लेकिन वो दिखाता है ऐसे कि वो डरा नहीं, वो कॉन्फिडेंस है उसके अंदर, वो जाकर कर सकता है, उसके पास सेल्फ बिलीव है, जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ होती है।
तो पहली बार मैंने सुना कि आप में डर भी हो सकता है आप में।
मैंने कहा ब्लफ किया।
In the short term, the bluff seems to have paid off for the Daredevils, though the road ahead still looks like a tricky one. Irrespective of how IPL teams perform on the field, they all share a grueling schedule off it. With a minimum of 16 games to be played by each team over 8 weeks, the intensity is unimaginable. In 2013, the Sunrisers Hyderabad had to play their first 7 games in just 15 days. With a minimum of 8 away games to be played by every IPL team, that kind of schedule is common. And their IPL duties don't start or end at the match venue. The players have to do a lot more than just score runs and take wickets.
The success of the IPL depends on the success of the franchisees. It depends on the success of the franchisees being able to generate income, generate revenues, generate endorsement. All our salaries and all the money that comes through the IPL comes through endorsements and revenues. So players need to recognize that.
Few cricketers complain. The fans have put them where they are and they know it.
Well, it just gives me a completely different high. I mean, I can't explain the kind of thrill you get when you hear your name from 50,000 people at once, and that's something as a child I dreamed of. When I walk onto the field, people chant my name and expect me to win the game for the team. So I'm getting to live my dream. I mean, I can't ask for anything more, and I realize that.
Throw your hands up in the air! Make some noise, Bangalore, for Bothaya Muralidharan and Chris Gale!
After-match parties are another sponsor commitment that some IPL teams must fulfill. They are also a great way to get closer to their supporters. The RCB stars have arrived at the Kingfisher Live Wire party to mix and mingle with fans who are lucky enough to be here tonight. Teams get a chance to be closer to their fans and keep them invested in their fortunes. And the fans get a few unforgettable moments with their idols. For the cricketers, these parties allow them to relax after a long day at the office.
The fact that there's a bit of team bonding, it's a nice way of unwinding. And anyways, with all the adrenaline flowing when you play a tight game or just the action of T20, you take a while to sleep. So it's better sometimes to just come and spend time with your own mates.
Yes, I'm a party animal. I do look forward to these parties, to be honest with you, because we don't get it often. And it's been 2 months away from home, so sometimes some things like this actually kind of help you to relieve some stress and, have a drink and, socialize a bit, have a bit of fun, dance there, and then, back to business.
Many different elements go into the building of an IPL team. The right selection, focused coaching, hours of training, high fitness levels, and a united group of players. With every IPL team giving the tournament their all, picking a winner in the early stages is virtually impossible.
The beauty of IPL is all teams will have an equal opportunity to go to the top, to lift the silverware. In the first 5 years, except for one team, 7 teams have made it to the playoffs, which is fascinating. That talks about the strength of the leagues.
And so, IPL 2013 ends with the Mumbai Indians taking top honours. Two-time champions Chennai Super Kings finished second. Their best showing since season 1. The Sunrisers Hyderabad finished 4th, a commendable performance by a team in its first IPL season. For the Delhi Daredevils, despite all the efforts put in by the team, they finished the season at the bottom of the points table. The RCB miss out a playoff spot by the narrowest of margins, but their spirits remain high.
From the captain.
There have been many, moments to cherish, truly. It's also been a pretty nerve-wracking experience. But, I take great amount of pride in the effort that goes in. Win or lose, it's the effort that counts. And I think RCB are great fighters.
It's still early days for the IPL, but the growth it's seen in a mere 6 years promises of great things to come. IPL stars are already household names, and every team is developing a loyal fan base. For the teams of this league, the next season will bring yet another chance to win, and another chance to fulfill not just their dreams, but the dreams of their fans. New plans, new routines, and new players will be brought into play as every team resumes its pursuit of the Golden Cup of Victory.